दुख पाए,
अनंतानंत दुख पाए,
एवं पा रहे हैं,
एवं पा रहे हैं।
पाप करते करते,
पाप करते करते,
अंतःकरण
अंतःकरण
इतना मलिन हो चुका है
इतना मलिन हो चुका है
कि रसिकों द्वारा
कि रसिकों द्वारा
यह जानने पर भी
यह जानने पर भी
कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे,
कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे,
अपनी वात्सल्यमय दृष्टि से
अपनी वात्सल्यमय दृष्टि से
हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो,
हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो।
तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता,
तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता।
हे अशरण शरण,
हे अशरण शरण,
तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना
तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना
तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता।
तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता।
ऐसी स्थिति में,
ऐसी स्थिति में,
हे अकारण करुण,
हे अकारण करुण,
पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण,
पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण,
तुम अपनी अहेतुकी कृपा से ही
तुम अपनी अहेतु की कृपा से ही
हमको अपना लो।
हमको अपना लो।
हे करुणा सागर,
हे करुणा सागर,
हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि
हम मुक्ति मुक्ति आदि
कुछ नहीं मांगते,
कुछ नहीं मांगते।
हमें तो केवल
हमें तो केवल
तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की
तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की
एकमात्र चाह है।
एकमात्र चाह है।
हे नाथ,
हे नाथ,
अपने विरध की ओर देखकर
अपने विरत की ओर देखकर
इस अधम को निराश न करो।
इस अधम को निराश ना करो।
हे जीवन धन,
हे जीवन,
अब बहुत हो चुका,
अब बहुत हो चुका।
अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना
अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना
यह जीवन
यह जीवन
मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है।
मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है।
अतएव
अतएव
प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि।
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि।
साकेत बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। Page 104. सब देख रहे हैं? बहुत सुंदर पद, बहुत सुंदर पद है। Very beautiful divine composition. written by Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu from the book Prem Ras Madira, Shri Krishna Madhuri. एक सखी गोपी अपने सहेली अंतरंग सखी से पूछती है, ये सखी आपने वो श्याम सुंदर को देखे, वो 3 जगह से टेढ़े है, कहीं देखा आपने? This beautiful divine composition. A gopi is saying to her intimate friend, have you seen Shri Krishna, Shyam Sundar? That one who is bent in 3 places, Tribhangi Lal. Shri Krishna is beautifully carved in 3 places, neck, waist and ankle. So have you seen him anywhere? तो गोपी ने कहा मैं देखा ना। वो पूछ रही और पूछ रहे कि वो गोपी बता रहे किस तरह से वो श्याम सुंदर है, इनके वर्णन कर रही है को उनके सिर पर मोर मुकुट है और इनके नेत्र है, बड़े बड़े नेत्र है, कमल के समान नेत्र है. So she further describes Shyam Sundar the way how he looks to this her friend, her intimate friend. On his head he has a crown of peacock feather with a beautiful chandrika, and his eyes are lotus of like the lotus flower, beautiful like a lotus flower and very big, large. Brikuti kutil kanak shruti kundal mrigamad tilak subhal. His eyebrows, जो भाव इतने सुंदर है, टेढ़ी है, और कानों में कुंडल है सोने के, और तिलक लगा है ललाट में मृगमद की. So his eyebrows are so beautiful. They're shaped. They put even a bow to shape. So beautiful. He has golden earrings in the ears, beautiful earrings, golden earrings, and he's applied on the forehead the beautiful tilak, a mrigmad, musk, fragrance of musk on the forehead. Urapaharat patpita manohar gal bil sat banmal. So this is normally the things that Shyam Sundar ऐसे ही वो इस तरह से देखते हैं. This is the normal, natural way things about Shyam Sundar that he normally wears, that one would recognize him. पीताम्बर पहनते हैं और गले में बनमाला. So he's wearing that beautiful pitambar, yellow cloth, silken yellow cloth, yellow, so beautiful, like the strike of a lightning, that yellow color. It steals the heart. And around his neck he has a beautiful garland of wildflowers, banamala. The 5 wildflowers that makes banamala. Yugal pani manimaya kankan kati kinkini shabda rasal. Pani means hand. Pani means water, Parni, no, Parni means hand. Yugal Pani, both hands, he has beautiful bracelets, studded with beautiful gems. And around, Kati means the waist, he has a golden belt, a kinkini, with little bells. And is given a beautiful sound when he walks. Shabda Rasal, very sweet sound. Jhumat chalat bajat pag payal, lajavat raj maral. और जब चलते हैं तो झूम के चलते हैं, बहुत सुंदर. तो चरण में पायल है और पायल में भी से घुंघरू, छोटे छोटे उसका भी शब्द निकलते हैं, बहुत सुंदर. और इनके चाल इतने सुंदर है कि राजमराल को भी लज्जित करते हैं. So Shyam Sundar, when he walks, his walk is very beautiful. He sways as he walks. Very beautiful walk. And they are beautiful anklets. He wears beautiful anklets with little bells. And they have given a beautiful sound because the way he's walking. And his walk is so beautiful. There is an ancient bird. You can say swan now, but this is an ancient bird, Hans. That he puts even the Hans to shame. So beautiful is his walk. Mridu muskan bajaya murali dhuni mohat sab brajbal. और मुखमंडल में बहुत सुंदर इनके हंसना है, मुस्कान, और मुरली बजाते हैं और वो धुनी चित्त को चुरा लेते हैं, सभी ब्रजबाल का मन को चुरा लेते हैं. He has a beautiful smile on his lip, very beautiful, that steals the heart. And he's playing that divine flute, the murli, which is also stealing the heart of all the gopis of Vrindavan. So kripalu mama jeevan dhan piya nanda nandan gopal. So this Sakhi is saying to a friend, this is the description of that beloved of mine who is known as Shyam Sundar, who is the Jeevan Dhan, who is the wealth of my life, the treasure of my life, my beloved. And he is also known as Nanda Nandan, the son of Nanda Baba, and the Gopal, the one who takes care of the cows. Very briefly, explanation, so we can meditate. Most important, when we sing, Jagat Guru Kripalu Mahaprabhu tells us that we should not just sing like a parrot, repeating these words. We have to meditate. अब पहले सोचना है और वो बनाओ रूप. So in our mind we should make that form. And this part is to help us how to meditate on Sri Krishna. What should he look like? So the description is so beautiful, it becomes easy for us to visualize in our mind how Shyam Sundar looks. This Gopi is telling us how that beloved of our Shyam Sundar, our supreme beloved, how we should look, that he will steal our heart also too. We should try to visualize, meditate in our mind. कहूँ देखे आली देखे देखे आली ललित. और कोरस करते ये इनको भी. You have another one?
You
don't need a dhola, you can use. कहु देखियाली ललित. You could play for this? You sure? Don't just try. Note you can play. Or else
If you
you
can't
can
play, then give it up. Or give it to try. Okay, try. And then write it again. Okay?
कहु देखियाली ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहु देखियाली ललित कहु देखियाली देखियाली ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहु देखियाली ललित कहु देखियाली देखियाली देख कहु देखियाली ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहु देखियाली ललित जी सिर सोहती मोर चंद्रिका जी सिर सोहती मोर चंद्रिका जी सिर सोहती मोर चंद्रिका जी सिर सोहती मोर चंद्रिका. ओ कहु देखियाली लोचन कमल विशाल कहु देखियाली लोचन कहु देखियाली लोचन कमल विशाल कहु देखियाली लोचन कहु देखियाली देखियाली देख कहु देखियाली ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहु देखियाली ललित त्रिभंगी कुटिल कनक श्रुति कुंडल त्रिभंगी कुटिल कनक श्रुति कुंडल कनक श्रुति कुंडल कनक श्रुति कनक श्रुति कुंडल कनक श्रुति ओ भृकुटी कुटिल कनक श्रुति कुंडल कहु देखियाली मृगमद तिलक सुभाल कहु देखियाली कहूँ देखे यारी, देखे यारी, देख कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित पुरखहरत पट पीत मनोहर पुरखहरत पट पीत मनोहर पुरखहरत पट पीत मनोहर कहूँ देखे यारी, गल बिलसत जनमार 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 कहूँ देखे यारी, देखे यारी, देखे देखे यारी, देखे कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित त्रिभंगी लाल युगल पानी मणिमय कंकण कटी युगल पानी मणिमय कंकण कटी मणिमय कंकण कटी मणिमय कंकण कटी युगल पानी मणिमय कंकण कटी युगल पानी कहूँ देखे यारी, किंकी निषाद रसाल 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 कहूँ देखे यारी, देखे यारी, देखे कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित त्रिभंगी लाल कहूँ देखे यारी, ललित त्रिभंगी लाल झूमत चलत बजत पग पायल झूमत चलत बजत पग पायल झूमत चलत देखे कम देखे आली लजवत राज महाराज कहु देखे आली लजवत राज महाराज कहु देखे आली देखे आली देखे कब देखे आली ललित त्रिभुवनी लाल मृदु मुस्काय बजाय मुरली धुनी बजाय मुरली धुनी बजाय मुरली धुनी मृदु मुस्काय बजाय मुरली कहु देखे आली देखे कहु देखे आली मोहक सब ब्रजमाल कहु देखे आली मोहक सब ब्रजमाल कहु देखे आली देखे आली देखे कहु देखे आली ललित त्रिभुवनी लाल सो कृपालु मोनु जीवन धन प्रिय सो कृपालु मोनु जीवन धन कहु देखे आली नंद नंदन गोपाल कहु कहु देखे आली नंद नंदन गोपाल जानकी लाल नंद नंदन की। एक प्रश्न है, जीव का अंतिम लक्ष्य है भगवत प्राप्ति, आनंद प्राप्ति। वो आनंद प्राप्ति, भगवत प्राप्ति कैसे मिलेगा, कैसे होगा? बहुत मार्ग बताते हैं, लोगों बनाते हैं, लेकिन असलियत ये है कि 3 मार्ग है प्रमुख। The ultimate aim of life, of the soul, the highest aim, the ultimate aim is God realization, the attainment of divine bliss, divine love forever. Whatever we do in this world, every action we perform is for one thing only. Sukh, Anand, happiness. क्योंकि जीव है आनंद का अंश है, आनंद का अंश, और सब अंश अपने अंशी से स्वाभाविक प्रेम है, प्यार है, उसी को चाहते हैं। Why do we want only happiness? Every action we perform for one thing, we only want one thing, happiness. Sukh. Why? Because the Jivatma, the soul, who we are, we're not body, body belongs to us. Hamara sharir, my body. So someone says, this is my house, my motor car. They never say, I am the house, I am the motor car. In the same way, my body, my head is hurting me, my body is paining, my body belongs to me. So just as I will never say I am the house, I am the motor car, in the same way I am not the body. Whatever belongs to me cannot be me. What am I? I am the soul, Atma, Jeev, Jivatma, many. And the soul is a fraction of happiness. Fraction of happiness. Fraction of happiness? I've never heard that. I've heard that the soul is a fraction of God, अंश है, भगवान का अंश है. I've heard that the soul is an अंश, fraction, a part of God. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. The Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal parts, fraction of myself, Sri Krishna says. Sanatan, Ishvara, Ansha, Jiva, Vinashi, etc. Everywhere, Ved, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, everywhere. So how are you saying that the soul is a fraction of happiness? What's the definition of God? Who is God? What is God? A research was done. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, एक ऋषि ने, भृगु, research की. There's a katha, very briefly, I'm not going to go into detail in this. In the 3rd chapter of Taittiriya Upanishad, there was a rishi by the name of Bhrigu. He wanted to know what is God, who is God. उनके पिता थे वरुण. वरुण ब्रह्म ज्ञानी थे, ब्रह्म को जान लिया. तो भृगु ने सोचा कि जो हमारे पिता ही गुरु बनने के योग्य है, उन्हीं को गुरु बनाऊंगा. Bhrigu was the son of Varun. Varun was a Brahma Jnani, knower of God. He had attained the knowledge of God. So Bhrigu taught, since my father is a knower of Brahm, he is worthy of being Guru, I should make him my Guru. So he made him his Guru, and then Adhi Bhagavo Brahmeti. He asks, what is this Bhagavan? When we meet the true Guru, we are supposed to get true knowledge, and one of the ways to question. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Tad virpranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshati te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34. If you're so fortunate to meet that Guru, the true Guru, Jnaninaha plus Tattva Darshina, two things that qualifies him to be Guru. Jnaninaha means he has knowledge of all the scriptures, complete knowledge, all Vedas, all Shastras. Plus he is able to remove our doubts. Jnanina. But even more important, he is Tattvadarshinaha, meaning he has seen Krishna, attained God, the divine vision, divine bliss, etc. If you are so fortunate, this qualifies him to be Guru. If you are so fortunate to meet such an entity, the real Guru, to kya karna, what to do? So Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, first, Tat Viripranipatena, completely surrender to him. Number one. Number two, Pariprashnena. Prashna pucho. Pucho and say. Ask him question, not to see how much he knows, or to show how much you know. Because I have a doubt, मैं नहीं जानता. इस तरह से पूछना. Ask like that with a true desire to know. Or number three, sevaya, do his seva, serve him, tan man dhan se seva karo. He will give you the true knowledge. He will give you Shri Krishna. So Varun was qualified, and Bhrigu asks, who is God? What is God? That's the first entity called Supreme Power, Bhagavan, Ishwar, Paramatma. Varun answered and said, Yato vaimani bhutani jante yena jatani jivanti yat prayantya visambhishanti tad vijigyasasa tad brahmeti. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 1. That from which the entire universe is born, originates. That by which it is sustained, and that into which it merges upon death, that is a Bhagavan, Brahma. Ab samajh gaya? You understand? Bhrigu said, no, I'm totally confused. Varun said, sa tapo tapya tapas taptva, jao sadhana karo, do sadhana. I will help, do sadhana. So Bhrigu did research, he did sadhana, he came to many conclusions. First he came to the conclusion, annam brahmeti vijanat, anna, grain or food is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. So he went and said, food is God. Varun said, no, wrong. Then, go no more tapasya, aur sadhana karo, do more sadhana. Then he came to the conclusion, Prano Brahmeti Vijanat. That the Upanishad 3:3. The life force is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Again he went, Guru said no, galat, wrong. So, all sadhana, do more sadhana. He continued, then he came to the conclusion, Mano Brahmeti Vijanat 3:4. Man, the mind is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. So he went again, Guruji, mind is Brahma. Guru said no, wrong. Then all sat tapo tapyasa tapas taptva, do more sadhana. He continued. This time he discovered Vijnanam Brahmeti Vijanat. The soul is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Again he went, Guruji, the soul is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. No, still wrong. Then all sadhana, do more sadhana. He continued, this time he discovered Anando Brahmeti Vijana Ananda Deva Kalvimani Bhutani Janti Anandena Jatani Jivanti Anandam Prentyathi Samvishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 6. Anand, bliss, happiness is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. From bliss alone the entire universe comes into being. Bliss is that by which we sustain, and bliss is that into which we merge upon death. अब ये कहते हैं तो वरुण मुस्कुराए. हाँ, अब समझ में आ गए. When he said this, Varun smiled. Guruji smiled. Ah, yes, now you understand. So what did Bhrigu discover? He discovered God is Anand, bliss, happiness. Whether we say Brahm, Shri Krishna, we say God, or we say happiness, they are two names for one and the same entity. God is happiness, happiness is God. That's why I was saying, Jeev is a fraction of happiness. And it's a natural law that all path, all fraction have a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. So being eternal fraction of Shri Krishna, we the individual soul naturally love and want only Shri Krishna, and Shri Krishna is happiness. That's why we all want only happiness. Whether we believe in God or not. You can ask the person who says, I am atheist. I do not believe in God. Ye bakwas hai. Bhagwan hai nahi. Acha, koi baat nahi. It's alright. Do you want pain and suffering? No. Do you want happiness? Sure. Then you want Bhagwan. Call him happiness. Call him any name you want. Everyone. Whether you believe or don't believe. It's our nature. So every action we perform from big and endless time. Jeev. Na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuya ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Chapter 2 verse 20, Gita. Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, the Jivatma, the individual soul, who we are, never takes birth, nor does it die. Nor having come into existence does it cease to be, because it is unborn, eternal and most ancient. It is not destroyed, even when the body is destroyed. It means, ever since God have existed, we have been in existence. The Jivatma, the soul. We are beginningless, eternal, unborn, Aj. And from beginningless time, we have been searching for happiness. लेकिन एक बूंद भी नहीं मिले, स्वप्न में भी. But in spite of having searched, been searching from beginningless time, we have not even found the tiniest drop of happiness, not even once, not even in dream. क्यों? Because of ignorance, अज्ञान. What is the ignorance? मैं कौन हूं ये भूल गया. अपने को शरीर मानने लगे अनादिकाल से. The reason is ignorance. What is the ignorance? We have forgotten who we are. That I am soul, Atma. From beginningless time we have identified with the body. And so, body is material. We have been looking for happiness where it cannot be found in the material world. Until and unless someone can convince us, it's very difficult. बहुत कठिन है. This decision in the mind that I will find happiness in the world, a new house, a new car, handsome boy, beautiful girl, big bank balance, it's become very firm from beginningless time. To change that decision is almost impossible for the worldly soul. Only if we take shelter in a true saint, a true guru, and associate with him in the right way for some time, follow his instruction, that decision can change. Otherwise, बहुत कठिन. It's impossible. We have been doing that from beginningless time. We want happiness. It's not wrong. ये गलत नहीं है. लेकिन कहाँ मिलेगा? कहाँ? कैसे मिलेगा? Where to find it? How to find it? We don't know. And we've been searching in the wrong place. So until that decision doesn't come in our mind that the happiness I'm looking for, I will find only in Shri Krishna, only in God, because God is happiness. Then we cannot change it. We cannot go in the path to God. We'll keep going in the wrong direction. Somebody wants to go from here to New York, USA. But he's going north. Instead of going south, he's going north. But will he ever reach? No. It's going in the wrong direction. So this is one of the reasons why we need the Guru. Guru bin hoi ki gyan. Guru gives knowledge, true knowledge. Not reading book, not listening to lecture. Andar jaake gyan dete. He goes inside and gives us knowledge. When we take shelter in him. Of course, I mentioned, he has to be qualified to be good. It has the power to give that knowledge to us, true knowledge. It's one of the tests that we are in the true satsang, in the association of a true saint. When we associate, this is the real satsang. This is what Tulsidas ji said in Ramayana. Binu satsang viveka na hoi, Ram kripa binu sulabha na soi. Sat sang. Sat means sant, saint. Sang means association. Only when we associate with a true saint in the right way, we'll acquire true knowledge. And how we're going to get that satsang? Raham kripa. Only when Bhagavan will shower his grace. Otherwise, impossible. We have to be deserving. So, we have heard there's so many paths. The final conclusion is that we want happiness and the only way to attain it is by knowing God, Sri Krishna. But how to find Him? So, it seems that there are uncountable paths. Ananta marg hai. Nahi. Teen pramukh marg. It seems as though there are uncountable paths to knowing God, to attain in God. But in reality, there are only three main paths. There's a reason. Number one, the highest authority in spirituality, the highest authority are the Vedas. The Vedas are divided into three sections. Karma Kand. So there are 100,000 mantras in Vedas. 80,000 mantras Karma Kand. Vedic rites and rituals, Varnashram, Dharma. I'm not going to go in detail right now. 16,000 mantras, Upasana Kand, part of bhakti, love in God. And 4,000 mantras, Gyan Kand, the part of knowledge. So Vedas are divided in three sections. Karma Kand, Upasana Kand, Gyan Kand. There's something called Maya. Why have we forgotten who we are and we identify with the body? Maya. Ajo ajamekam lohit shukla krishnam bahavi prajaha shujamanam swarupaha ajo heko jushamanun shete jahatinam bhukta bhogam ajonya. Mundaka Upanishad, Shvetashvatara Upanishad, chapter 4, verse 5. The Vedas say Maya has three colors. This Maya, Tirangi Maya, white colored Maya, red colored Maya, black colored Maya. Actually, it means Maya has three qualities. White means Sattva, represents Sattva Guni Maya. Red represents Rajo Guni Maya. Black represents Tamogun. So Maya has three qualities: Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Also, the supreme power, that power we call Paramatma, Bhagavan, Ishwar, God, has three forms. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Shabdyate, Bhagavad. One God has three forms. As Brahm, the formless aspect. The same one God, they are not 20 God, million God, Ek. Eko Deva, Sarva Bhuteshu Gudha, Sarva Vyapi, Sarva Bhutantaratma, Karmadhyaksha Sarva Lokadivasa, Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunascha. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, chapter 6, verse 11. Vedas are saying there's only one God. Eko Deva. Anantanama Rupaya. That one God has uncountable name, uncountable form, but one Bhagavan. And that one Bhagavan has three forms. As Brahm, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Brahm, the formless aspect. Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar. Paramatma means Mahavishnu. Narayan, Char Bhuja, he has four arms. And Bhagavan, the personal aspect of Bhagavan, Ram, Krishna, etc. So God has three forms. So, first, Vedas, the highest authority, has three sections. Karma Kand, Upasana Kand, Jnana Kand. Maya has three qualities. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. And Bhagavan has three forms. Brahm, Paramatma, Bhagavan. In the same way, there are only three main paths for knowing God. Yogastrayo maya prokta ninam shreyo vidhit sama jnanam karma cha bhaktischa nopayonyosti kutrachit. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11 Canto, 20th chapter, 6th verse. Bhagavad says there are three paths for knowing God. Gyan, Karma, Bhakti. There are other paths. We've heard yoga, etc. But they are either a combination of these three or part of it. But main, there are three. And the reason being, as I told you, Vedas are divided into three sections. Maya has three qualities and Bhagwan has three forms. One Bhagwan. So there are three main parts. In these three parts, I'm being very brief, so listen carefully. Some other time we go in detail. Time wouldn't allow a talk about this, we'll have to go whole night. And still will not be enough. The path, look at the path, Gyan, what we attain to the path of Gyan. If one is following the path of Gyan, first to begin, this path of called Gyan is so difficult. The scripture says, Kripan ke dhara. The path of Gyan इतने मुश्किल है, इतना कठिन है, जैसे कृपान के ऊपर चलने वाला, like walking on the sharp edge of a sword. कहत कठिन समुझत कठिन साधन कठिन विवेक. To speak about Gyan, extremely difficult. To understand, even more difficult. And to do, forget it. अगर कोई कर सकते ये से कुछ कोई कर ही नहीं सकते कलयुग में. No one can do in Kalyug. Impossible. कलयुग जोगन जग्य ज्ञाना. Kakusunda ji said to Guruji in the Kalyug Mahima, impossible, no one can do in Kalyug. But if someone can do, kya milega, what you going to attain? Following the path of Gyan, the most one can attain Atma Gyan. Atma Gyan, knowledge of the self. My Atma hu. I am you attain knowledge that I am the soul, Atma. I am not the body. लेकिन वो बार बार गिरेगा. That Gyan will fall again and again. Because there are two Maya. तेहि कर भेद सुनाहु तुम दो. विद्या अपर अविद्या दो. Bhagwan Shri Ram had been questioned by Lakshman about Maya. In Chitrakoot says there are two kinds of Maya. One Vidya Maya, one Avidya Maya. One Guna Varika Maya, one Swarupa Varika Maya. Many names. So the Jnani in ancient time, Satyug, Tretayug, Dwapar, etc., was able to cross Avidya Maya. Sattvagun, Tamogun, Rajogun. They were able to realize I am the soul, Atma. Attaining the knowledge, not reading a book or hearing I am the soul, realizing. That person goes in samadhi, spiritual trance. The happiness experienced by that Jnani is so great, no happiness in the world can compare. That he thinks I have attained everything. But as long as he is in samadhi, he is safe. The moment he opens his eyes, Vidya Maya, Sattu Guni Maya will take hold and he falls. And the greatest example given, one of the best examples, Jar Bharat in Bhagavad Mahapurana. He was self-realized Paramhans, yet he became attached to a deer and had to be born as a deer in the next life. Vidya Maya, the deer. Bhagwan Krishna makes it very clear in Gita. Brahma bhuta prasannatma nasho chatina kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Chapter 18 verse 54, Gita. Shri Krishna says that Brahma bhut means Atma Jnanis, Paramhans, that self-realized soul. is subject to downfall again and again until he does something. Until he does what? Bhakti. Mad bhaktim labhate param. So the jnani, he will attain Atma Gyan, knowledge of the self. But Vidya Maya is there, he will fall. In order to cross Vidya Maya, now he has to do Bhakti. Daivi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mami Vayi Prapadyanti Maya Metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14, Gita. Shri Krishna says, he's talking about Guna Varika Maya, Vidya Maya. He says, this is not an illusion. Ye mithya nahi hai. Ye divya shakti, daivi hesha, divine power. Or maybe Maya, Mama Maya. That Maya is my power, it belongs to me. No one can cross Maya by themselves. No yogi, jnani, rishi, muni, no one. How to cross? Mame vaye prapadyante. A means only. Only the one who completely surrenders to Shri Krishna. Jnani doesn't surrender, yogi doesn't surrender, karmi doesn't. Bhakt, devotee surrenders. So that jnani has to do bhakti after attaining self-realization. He has to come and do bhakti. Then he will be able to cross Vidya Maya. So Gyan alone will give Atma Gyan, self-realization, but that Gyani will fall. If he adds Bhakti to Gyan, it becomes Gyan Yog. He can cross, he can attain Brahma Gyan, knowledge of God. Shri Krishna makes it clear. Bhaktyamam janati yavan yaschasmi tattvata tato mam tato gyata vishati tadanantaram. Chapter 18 verse 55 Gita. वो भक्ति के बिना वो ब्रह्म ज्ञान नहीं पा सकते, नहीं मिल सकते, नहीं पा सकते. Shri Krishna makes it clear, without bhakti, no one can attain Brahma Gyan, knowledge of God. So the path of Gyan. Let's look at the path of Karma. ये भी नहीं कर सकते कलयुग में. This also we cannot do in Kalyug. Made very clear in Ramayana, etc. Kaliyuga Jogana Jagya Jnana. Ehi Kalikalan Sadhana Duja Jogana Japa Tapa Brata Makha Puja. Very clear. Anyhow, there's so much conditions to fulfill. But if someone can do it, fulfill all the conditions, one follows the path of karma, Vedic rites and rituals, varnashram dharma, what will he attain? The most he can attain is heaven, Swarga. Lekin, we warn about Swarga. Bhagwan Shri Ram himself warns us in the Ramayana. Ehi tan kar phal vishayan bhai swargahu swalpa ant dukhdai. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, hey, this human body which is so valuable, Devatas are praying for it. Celestial gods. Agni, Varun, Kuber, Vayu, this is celestial, this is heavenly Devata. Agni, the god of fire. Varun, the god of water. Vayu, the god of wind, etc. This is Devata. Bare bhagya manush tanu pava sur durlabh sargrantha nigava. It is the greatest fortune, Shri Ram, Bhagwan is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, for the soul that acquires birth in the human form. Even Devatas cannot get it. Sur means Devata. Suradurlabh. Imagine, we are praying to go to heaven That we think there is something, and those who are in heaven, Devatas, what are they praying for? What we have. That's why the Vedas are saying the one who wants to go to heaven is not only an ordinary fool, but the greatest fool. Ishta purtam mandamana varishtham nanya chreyo vedayante pramudha nakasya prishtete sukitena bhutimam lokam hitaram vavishanti. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kan, 10th mantra. The Vedas are saying, the one who strives, who wants to go to heaven, is not only an ordinary fool, but the greatest fool. Pramudha. Mudha means fool. And in Sanskrit, when we put the prefix pra before a word, it means the greatest. Because there's nothing. I told you, Bhagavan Sri Ram is oneness. This body which Devatas are praying for wasn't given to us to enjoy sensual pleasures. Vishayana bhai. Isliye nahi diya. Nor was it given to go to heaven. Why? Swargahu swal. Because there is no true happiness. It's only the happiness of this material world multiplied number of times. Uncountable times you have been to heaven. And you have to come back right here. The worst part, it ends in suffering. Anta dukkha dai. Bhagavan Krishna explains, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam khine punye martyalokam vishanti evam tai dhanmanupapanna gata kam kama labhante. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. If someone can do, in Kali, impossible almost, but if they can do, we acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, the performance of dharma, etc., which will take us to heaven. How long we can, which heaven we can go and how long we'll stay for. But what happens when you go there? Kshine punya. That punya which is so difficult to attain, as soon as you start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, that will start destroying. Kshine punya. And one day it will finish. And when it's done, zero, get out, will be kicked out of heaven. And because karma has become zero, we have to start all over again. After enjoying in heaven as a devata, celestial being, will be thrown into womb of dog, cat, donkey, worm, grass, tree. The Vedas are saying that mantra I told you from Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kan, 10th mantra. Hina taram vavishanti. Hina yoni me patak jayega. Thrown into lower forms. Because karma is finished. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ram says in the Ramayana, Anta dukkha dai. It ends after you go to heaven, you're going to suffer. Dukkha milega. So, karma alone will give us heaven, which is nashwar, destructible, useless. But if we add bhakti to karma, which is the teaching of Gita, Gita is teaching karma yoga. Karma plus bhakti, duty plus bhakti. In Gita, one verse gives the whole essence. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. Chapter 8 verse 7 Gita. Shri Krishna says, Arjun, tasmad sarveshu, at all places, kaleshu, at all time, mamanusmara, remember me lovingly, bhakti. Remembering God lovingly, that's bhakti. Lovingly attach your heart, your mind to me. Mamanusmara, yudhyacha, your kshatri, do your dharma, your duty. So that is karma, dharma, duty plus mamanusmar bhakti. Mayyapatamano buddhin mame vaivasya sangshayaha. If your mind and intellect is attached to me like that, Arjun, you will certainly come to me. So karma alone will give only heaven, but if we add bhakti, it will give us God realization, Shri Krishna. So Gyan needs bhakti, karma needs bhakti, every part needs bhakti. Or bhakti needs nobody. Bhakti Swatantra Sakala Sukha Khani. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, the path of bhakti is independent, free from all paths, doesn't require the help of any path. Swatantra, and is the storehouse of all happiness. Tehi kar bhed jnana vijnana. Every path needs bhakti. Bhakti doesn't need anyone's help. So, my Guru, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, I told you he's written many, many books. One of them is known as Radha Govind Geet. On this topic, he has written a beautiful verse. There are 11,111 dohas, which contains all the philosophy of all the Vedas, all the Shastras. Many, but I've chosen one. योगों में भक्ति योग गोविंद राधे और भक्तियों में स्मरण सबसे प्रमुख बता दे. We'll sing a little bit and then we will hear a little bit of it. राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद Bhakti Yog Govind Radhe Bhaktiyon mein Smaran Bhakti Pramukh Bata. Smaran Bhakti Pramukh Bata de. Oh, Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe
Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Radhe.
Yogo mein Bhakti Yog. So I say there are many paths, mainly three, Gyan, Karma, Bhakti. But you've heard of other paths also. No matter how many paths you've heard, most important is Bhakti. Every path requires Bhakti by itself. They will give something, but as far as Bhagavad Prapti attained in God, only Bhakti. Shri Krishna says to Arjuna in Gita, Naham vedana tapasa na jnane na chaitjaya. Chapter 11 verse 53 Gita. Neither through the study of the Vedas, nor through tapasya, austerities, nor yajna, nor fasting, etc. can one attain me, know me. Shri Krishna makes it very clear. And how can we know him? So the first, so 11:53 he says, I cannot be known through any of this. Then 11:54 he says, Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjana jnanam karma jnanam Gyatum dasam tattvena praveshtum cha parantapaha. Chapter 11 verse 54. Whether one wants to attain the divine knowledge of God, Gyatum, whether one wants to see his divine form, Drashtum, one wants to merge into him in the formless aspect, Moksha, whatever you want to attain. Bhaktya tvananyaya. Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion, exclusive love, alone. Shri Krishna makes it very clear in Gita. Nothing else will work. So Art Bhakti. You want to do karma, Art Bhakti. This is what the teaching of Gita is. Dharma plus Bhakti. Karma. But Bhakti, most important. और भक्तियों में भी there are many types of bhakti. 9 type, 10 type, 26 type, 26, many types as described in Bhagavad, etc. But most famous, Navdha Bhakti. 9-fold devotion. ये प्रहलाद ने अपने पिता से कहा, हिरण्यकशिपु. Prahlad taught this to his father, Hiranyakashipu. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasam Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. 7 Canto, 5th chapter, 23rd verse, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. Prahlad had returned from the Gurukul. Many times the father tried to have Prahlad killed, because always he's telling the most important thing is devotion to Bhagwan, to love Bhagwan. This time he returned also. He put Prahlad to sit on his lap and said, "My son, O long live one. You have been with the Gurus for a long time and you must have attained great knowledge. Amongst all the knowledge you have attained from them, what you consider to be the greatest, best success, acha." And Prahlad quoted Navdha Bhakti, worshipping the Lord through his 9 form, I consider to be the highest and best knowledge. Very briefly, Shravanam. Shravan, listening, not anything like how you listen to divine philosophy. So Shravana Bhakti. Kirtanam, we were chanting the name of the Lord. Kirtana Bhakti. Smaran Bhakti, lovingly remembering the Lord, meditating on Him. Pada Sevanam, worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. Archanam, worshipping an image of the Lord. Puja. Bandhanam, prostrating before an image of the Lord, before the Lord. Number 6. 7, Dasyam, realizing our relation, eternal relation with God. Jiveda Swarupa Hai Krishneda Nitya Das. The soul, Jivatma, is an eternal servant of Sri Krishna. our nature of the soul is to serve, to do seva, to serve Shri Krishna. Das. Sakhyam. Sakha means friend. Realizing our relation of friendship, that he is our eternal friend. Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 4 verse 6. The Vedas say Shri Krishna is our eternal friend of the soul. Sakhaya. Our Atmani Vedanam. Surrendering everything unto the Lord. Now the Bhakti briefly. इसमें भी 3 प्रमुख है. In this nine is most famous. In all bhakti there can be 1,000. This 9 is most important, most famous. Navdha Bhakti. In this also 3 are most important. Tasma Sarvatma Narajan. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, Parikshit, Raja Parikshit, is saying to Shukdev Paramhans in this age of Kali Yuga, लोगों का उम्र भी कम है, बुद्धि भी बहुत थोड़ी है, सब कुछ ऐसे ही है, तो सबसे सरल बताइए. Parikshit is saying to Shukdev ji, in this age of Kali Yuga, lifespan is so short, our memory is so weak, everything is so less, so polluted in this age. So tell something that easily that soul can know, attain God. So Shukdev ji says, Tasma sarvatma narajan haris sarvatra sarvada shrotavya kirtavyashta smartavya Bhagavan ninam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 2nd canto, 2nd chapter, 6th verse. 3, do this 3 bhakti. These are most important. 9, I told you how many type of bhakti there can be. 1,000, 9 most important, most famous. Out of that 9, these 3 are most important. Shrotavya, kirtitavya, smartavya. Shrotavya, smaran. Shravan, sorry. Listening to divine philosophy, divine pastime, divine philosophy of the Lord. Especially from a true saint, a true guru. Shrotavya. Kirtitavyascha. Chanting the name of the Lord, divine name, with love, with devotion, with love. Or smartavya, lovingly meditated. Smaran Bhakti, meditating on the form of the Lord. इसमें भी एक है प्रमुख. In these 3 also 1 is most important. Smaran Bhakti. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Smaran, Manera Smaran Pran. Pran hai Smaran, Pran. This Smaran Bhakti is the life of all Bhakti. Look, this body we have, as long as there is life in the body, we can do so much. We eat, we can talk, we can quarrel, we can fight, we can run. Ab jab pran nikal gaye, when the life leaves the body, everything is still there. Hand, feet, mouth, nose, eye, sab kuch hai. You can't do anything. Lash hai, dead body. Lash. So in the same way, you can do all the bhakti in the world. But if there is no smaran bhakti, it's like a dead body. You're chanting the name. Kirtan, puja, you're doing everything. But no smaran. Not meditating, not thinking about whose name I'm taking. Whose puja I'm doing. Just doing physically. There's no benefit. Tulsidas Ji is very angry with people who just worship God mechanically. He says in the Ramayana, He faatahu footahu nayan, jarahu sotan kehi kaam, dravahi shravahi pulakahi nahi, tulasi sumirat ram. Someone is worshipping God. Say, taking the name, chanting the name of the Lord, worshipping God. Adravahi nahi. The heart doesn't melt with love. Adravahi nahi. So, here Patamu, that heart should be ripped apart. Useless. Tears doesn't flow, Shravahi. Tears doesn't flow from the eyes. So, Futahu nayan. Those eyes should be busted. Apulakai. The pause and the body doesn't raise and ends. Harpulation, goosebump. To Jarahu Sultan Kehi Kam, that body should be burnt to ashes. And this can only happen when we do Smaran. ऐसे टोटे बोलते जैसे कि pirate is taking the name Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, and you don't have no feeling. अब कुछ और क्या होगा बस ego, that ego will come. I'm such a good singer. That's all. I wonder how they think I sang. I can give competition to Lata Mangeshkar. Oh, she left, but still. After Hari Om Sharan is me. That's all. A bhakt ऐसा नहीं गाते. Devotee doesn't sing, he sings. That's very sweet also, but to please the Lord, with love, with tears in the eyes, the heart should melt. Tadasma saram hridayam batedam. Yagya humane harinam adheyayi. Navikretat yada vikaru netre jalam gataruheshu harsha. Mahapuran. Same thing, same. Someone is Harinam Madhe, just chanting the name, worshipping God. And the heart doesn't melt with love. The pause and the body doesn't raise and end. And tears doesn't flow from the eye. That body is steel, thunderbolt, so hard. Tadas prasadam hridayam bateda. अब जब आंसू आएंगे बस वही भक्ति. When tears will come, flow, pause and the body raise, then we are doing bhakti. Otherwise, sure. So yoga में bhakti योग. In all the yoga, most important, bhakti. Bhakti alone or add bhakti to any path you want. और भक्ति योग में भी स्मरण भक्ति. स्मरण सबसे प्रमुख है. स्मरण सबसे प्रमुख. Most important is smaran. In other words, you can do only smaran, only meditate, but that's difficult. That's a very high stage. In the beginning, that's not possible. You get bored, you fall asleep. You just sit down and meditate, and soon you're going to start snoring and fall asleep. So chant. That's why we should chant, sing, especially bhajan kirtan written by saint. Filmi wala nahi. Very dangerous. We may think, we love singing the filmy one, but it doesn't benefit us. Why? Look, when a saint is writing, Tulsidas, Surdas, Meera, Tukaram, When someone attains God realization, he, after attaining Bhagwan, God, he stops doing everything. From that moment onwards, everything he does, Bhagwan is doing. Jo kare so Hari kare. Aap kuch nahi karte. Now he isn't doing everything. So when a saint is writing, it is Bhagwan. That's why do we worship Ramayana? We know Tulsidas. Nobody, if we thought a man wrote that book, we're not going to worship it. We know Sri Ram wrote the Ramayana through the pen of Tulsidas. His autobiography. That's why we worship Ramayana. Bhagavad, etc. So when saint is writing, it's Bhagwan. So it has power. It's a Shakti hai. And because Bhagwan is writing, the philosophy will be correct. Two things. Philosophy is correct and there's Shakti, divine power. When a worldly person is writing, he has no power, no Shakti. God's name is there, but it doesn't have the power. And secondly, most important, the philosophy will be wrong. Instead of asking for Bhagwan, to love Bhagwan, he'll ask for the world. Everything, and then we will get confused. We start begging for the world too. So Santoki. Any saint. Choose bhajan, sing, chant loudly. This will help, especially when, like we sound a beautiful bhajan in the beginning, describing Sri Krishna. How beautiful. And you visualize, this is Sri Krishna bent in three places, so beautifully carved, with a peacock feather in his crown, a garland of wildflowers around his neck, etc. So it's easy for the mind, it will help the mind to associate. So this chanting, clapping, etc. is very important. When you go very high in the bhakti, you reach very high, that time if you just meditate alone, of course you reach so high. Whether you chant or don't chant doesn't matter. Up to, you cannot become bored now, impossible. Well, har samay Bhagwan saath mein, you just, because your mind is always absorbed in God, every moment. Lekin shuru mein nahi. In the beginning we have to, all this is very important. So this tree is very important. Shravanam, listening, especially divine philosophy, especially from a saint, the true Guru. Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting, and most important, Smaranam, meditating on the form of the Lord, or the saint who is God personified. This is, in the tree, of course, Smaran is most important, but these three we should do. Alright, there's much more. We'll hear some other time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Page, let's open the book, so I'll listen the first one I see. Page 240. So I was talking about Guru and true Guru who is Sri Krishna, God personified. So this beautiful bhajan talks about Guru. बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी, बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी, बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
तो तन मन धन प्राणन वारी
तो तन मन प्राण वारी
तू तो है एक रूप ब्रह्म बनवारी तू तो है तेरे भक्त ही है साचे भक्त बनवारी
तेरे भक्त ही है साचे भक्त बनवारी
ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
तेरी भक्ति बिनु मिले नहीं बनवारी
तेरी भक्ति बिनु मिले नहीं बनवारी
तेरी भक्ति से प्रसन्न होते बनवारी
तेरी भक्ति से प्रसन्न होके बनवारी
तेरी भक्ति से प्रसन्न होते बनवारी
तेरी भक्ति से प्रसन्न होके बनवारी
तेरे भक्त की भी भक्ति करे बनवारी
तेरे भक्त की भी भक्ति करे बनवारी
ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
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 तू है कपि तन भक्तन बनवारी तू ही तत्व बतावे कौन बनवारी तू ही पुनि करवावे भक्ति बनवारी ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी
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 तू ही करे दान दिव्य प्रेम बनवारी तो माने प्राण तेरा दिख बनवारी तेरे पाछे पाछे डोले ब्रह्म बनवारी ओ तेरे पाछे डोले ब्रह्म बनवारी ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी तेरे हाथ दिखे बिनु दाम बनवारी तेरी पद रच आज तन बनवारी तेरी रक्षा करे आठों याम बनवारी ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी शिव नहीं प्रिय बनवारी
तेरे जैसा शिव नहीं प्रिय बनवारी
तेरे जैसा राम नहीं प्रिय बनवारी
तेरे जैसा राम नहीं प्रिय बनवारी
ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है तिहारी बलिहारी बलिहारी तेरी जैसी पद्मान प्रिय बनवारी
तेरे 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 जैसी आत्मान प्रिय बनवारी
तेरे जैसी आत्मान प्रिय बनवारी
ओ बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है बलिहारी है हरि गुरु बलिहारी
हरि गुरु बलिहारी
ओ बलिहारी भक्ति हरि गुरु बलिहारी
हरि गुरु बलिहारी
ओ बलिहारी भक्ति हरि गुरु बलिहारी
हरि गुरु बलिहारी
बलिहारी है तिहारी गुरु बलिहारी बलिहारी है तिहारी भोग लिया लिया ना? क्या हुआ? So, those who don't know, we're going to offer bhog to Bhagwan. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says in Gita, Yat karushya dashnas yat johosya das yat tapasasi kaunteya tat kurushya madarpanam. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever action you perform, whatever sacrifice you make, whatever you do, offer to me first, the day I'm parting. We should not just cook food and eat without offering to Bhagwan. When you eat like that, it says in the scripture, you eat like a dog, animal. Bhagwan ko arpit karne se pehle, when you offer to Bhagwan, it becomes prasad. If you all keep talking, what's going on? And then I'm talking too. Otto, get up and go and do it with your thing. Alright. Again, Bhagwan says, "Ab kya chahte hain?" He doesn't ask a very expensive thing. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Patram, give me a leaf. Oh, you didn't have it ready, that's why. And I actually said yes, ready. Alright, patram means a leaf, any leaf. Pushpam, flower. Phalam, fruit, any fruit. Someone says, I don't have leaf, I don't have flower, I don't have fruit, I'm in the desert, somewhere there's no leaf even. Toyam, a few drops of water. Lekin, yome bhaktya prayachati, give it with love. Prem se. You can give 56 bhog, 56 type of the best thing in the world. Duryodhan. He offered, he cooked. He's a king. He ordered in his kingdom that they should make 56 bhog, 56 type of the best thing in the world. And then he said to Sri Krishna, come and eat. Sri Krishna said, no, I'm not hungry. मैं भूखा हूं. He refused to go. Shri Krishna went to the home of Vidur. Vidur wasn't there. Vidurani was home. He knocked on the door. Vidurani said, "Kaun hai? Who's there?" Krishna. Ah, Krishna. Vidurani was bathing. She came out just how she was. Opened the door, dripping with water. Put Sri Krishna to sit down. What to give to him? So she had some ripe banana, kela. I would give my Lord this ripe banana, she thought. So Vidurani brought the banana, ripe banana, and she's peeling it, the banana, and she's staring at Sri Krishna, tears are flowing from her eyes. In her love, she throws away the part that you eat. Or chilka. She gives the chilka, the banana peel to Bhagwan. Or Bhagwan khane lage. He started eating. Same time Vidur came. Vidur sees his wife is all dripping with water. And the Lord is eating a banana peel. Are pagal ho gayi. My wife has gone mad. He said, go, jao. Go and dry yourself, put on clean, dry clothes. He grabbed the banana peel and threw it away. First thing. और कहा कि हे कन्हैया मैं कुछ बनाऊंगा आप खाएंगे. I'm going to make something, will you eat? Bhagwan says, sure. Vidur is bhakt, devotee. Bhagwan will eat from devotee. So Vidur went and he made saag. कोई पत्ते बनाते हैं तो उसको साग कहते हैं. You cook some leaf, it's called saag. वो साग बनाया. Simple fare, saag and some chapati and roti. He bought for Bhagwan. Or prem se diya, I give with love. Bhagwan started to eat. Vidur said, Kanhaiya, kaise hai? How is it? Bhagwan said, अच्छा है, nice, tasty. लेकिन एक बात कहना, I want to say something, don't feel bad. बुरा ना मान. Don't feel bad. Vidur said, what? This saag and roti you are given tastes nice, delicious, but that banana peel you grab and throw away that Vidurani had given to me. The sweetness I was getting in that banana peel, I can't find it. Aap socho. You people have eaten banana, have you eaten the banana peel? If you try, you wouldn't find it sweet. So is Shri Krishna alive? No. He was eating the love of Vidurani. That's why he ate the jutha of Shabari. Prem khate. So Bhagwan wants our love. So in the bhog, that's what we're doing. We're offering Bhagwan our love. Whatever you are, offer to Bhagwan, but with love. Yome bhaktya prayachati. He says, give it with love. You give anything and you don't give it with love, Bhagwan khayenge. He's not going to eat. So most important, pray, bhakti, love. So we're going to offer bhog. Hopefully it will reach soon. And the bhog, I'm going to sing a simple one. So in your books you can follow. Page in English, page 31, 31. And if you want Hindi, page 21, Hindi. Alright, so almost finished? I will spend it. Be at 10 o'clock. Yeah. Shashi, you're so smart.
You don't want to prepare. That job. You don't want to prepare.
It's okay, but
I'm also worried. Why are we back? Yes.
I'll come.
But then
Hey. So one more thing. When God is eaten, we fan him. Right? This is a practice. When God is eaten, we fan him. Maybe he's not feeling, or he's feeling warm, or we don't want flies to come also. So it's a tradition to fan the Lord while he's eaten. So Devi and Randy will fan Bhagwan while he's eating, while we are singing. Okay?
बैठ सकता हूँ यहाँ पे? वो पीछे थोड़ी जगह बनेगी ना.
बोलाली लाल की अपना तरसाओ रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया अपना यद्यपि यह सच है नहीं तुम कहा भूख प्यास लागती रसिया भूख प्यास लागती रसिया भूख प्यास लागती रसिया भूख प्यास लागती रसिया तदपि भाव वश ब्रज छछिया लगी चोरी करत फिरियो रसिया अब नार तरसाओ रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया भाव भरा केले का छिलका भाव भरा केले का छिलका विदुरानी घर खायो रसिया ओ विदुरानी घर खायो रसिया भावहीन दुर्योधन व्यंजन नहीं टुक मन भायो रसिया ओ अब नार तरसाओ रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया जो रस शबरी के झूठे मुख बेर खाय पायो रसिया ओ बेर खाय पायो रसिया जनकपुरी के राज भोग मह सोरस नहीं पायो रसिया ओ अब नार तरसाओ रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया पैसुनु खरी खरी रसिया ओ पैसुनु खरी खरी रसिया पत कृपालु कय पियो पूत नहीं याते अब आ जाओ रसिया रसिया हो 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 रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया ओ अब मार पैसाओ रसिया आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया लाली लाल की जय 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 श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे. We'll go to Aarti, the Bhog. And many of you, some of you new and you don't know the Aarti, you can follow in the book. Again, I'll tell you the English page, and before that is the Hindi, in case you want to follow in Hindi. So we'll be doing Aarti of Shri Radha Krishna, Bhagwan Shri Radha Krishna. And that's on page Yugal Sarkar Aarti, page 26. And following that, we'll do Guru Aarti, page 25. Alright, and anyone, all can come for do Aarti, besides those in the house also.
All have to Aarti.
लाली लाल की जय आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी दून सिर तन कमुकुट झलके दून श्रुति कुंडल भल भलके दून धृत प्रेम सुधा छलके रसीले से दून में गन मनहारी की बनवारी नटवारी आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी दूनी धृग चितवनी परवारी दूनी लट लट कनी छवि न्यारी दूनी भावट कनी अति प्यारी रसन मुखकार रसन मुस्कान रसन दमकार दूनी रे सर छवि न्यारी बनवारी नटवारी आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी एक उर पीतांबर करे एक उर नीलांबर लहरे दून उर मोतिन छलरे कंकणन घनक कीचरी झनक धून घनक धून एक सिर मोर मुकुट राजे, एक सिर झूलन छवि छाजे, दोन सिर तिरछे फल राजे, संग ब्रजदान लाडली लाल, वाह जलदान कृपालु दून त्रिगचारी, बनवारी नखवारी, आरती प्रीतम प्यारी, बनवारी नखवारी, आरती प्रीतम प्यारी, बनवारी नखवारी। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जयति जगत गुरु गुरुवर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की। गुरु पद लक्ष्मणि चंद्रिका प्रकाश, जाके उर बसे ताके मोह चंद्रनाश, जाके मात नाथ तब हाथ करे दास, आते हुए माया मोह सबरी विलास, आवे गति 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 राधा की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की। हरे मन मूढ़ चार नारी नर हाथ, गुरु विदु ब्रह्म शामुन देव साथ, कोमल कृपाल बड़े कृपा सिंधुनाथ, पापी बुनियाद तू अनाथ हो सनाथ, विधि के आदि कृपा भर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की, गाओ मेरी आरती। भक्ति योग रस अवतार अभिराम, करीब नाम समन्वय लगाम, श्याम श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धाम, गात रहे प्रेम निष्काम बिनु नाम, हो रही सफल गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर। लाल लीला का सरुला सुरिदास, छाया दिव्य ऋषि बिच प्रेम का प्रकाश, वैसा ही विनोद वही मधुर सुहास, हर बस उच्च अटहास, झूम कर पार गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर की। जयति जगत गुरु गुरुवर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक भर। In the same book, in pages a little bit further than the Aarti, the Guru Vandana, we'll say Guru Vandana, prayers to Guru, as the Bhagavad Mahapuran, etc. Yes, this is Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7 Canto, 15 chapter, verse 26 and 27. Yasya sakshat bhagavati ज्ञान दीपप्रदे गुरौ, मर्त्यासधीः श्रुतं तस्य, सर्वं कुञ्जरशौचवत्, एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् प्रधान पुरुषेश्वर, योगेश्वरैर् विमृग्याङ्घ्रिर् लोकोऽयं मन्यते। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की, बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, श्री भक्ति धाम की जय, श्री गुरुधाम भक्ति मंदिर की जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. Please stop this.